T-shirts are coming. Got an order being placed right now regarding T-shirts for that thing right there. I've also got hats. Those things I'm working through the final specifications for the hat and how that's going to be put together so they can start manufacturing and send it to me. And I'm going to be very excited about that. But right now, this is all going to happen. Should be happening. I should have the orders placed by the end of the week, which means that by the time you see this, the orders should be placed, which would be awesome. So then, hopefully within the next month, we'll have the new shirt and the hat in the store. I'm very excited about it. It's been a very long time coming, and it's actually happening this time. The orders will be placed. It's happening. And I don't know how else to say that, because it's bloody exciting. The hat is going to be a little different than the one I have on my head. So the couple of small details that I thought were a little kind of annoying with this sample that we're going to get fixed. So there's like the threading on the hat right here that kind of drives me a little bonkers. I don't like it, so it's not going to be there. The stitching, this will still be there, the same size. This is going to be here. It's going to be the same size, but right, mine, it's just white threading embroidery, and what we're going to do is put a black thread layer behind it so that we'll have all of the negative space in the logo is going to be filled in with black stitching, along with like possibly a ring around the outer edge, and that way, where the crown meets the band, there's a lip right there that's going to be covered up by the stitching, which is going to be pretty awesome. Speaking of the crown, what this piece here is the crown. You've got the band, the crown, and then the top. The crown, I've got it being extended out about 5 millimeters, where this one sits a little high. It doesn't matter to me because it sticks, my glasses stick underneath the hat anyway. So the new one, it's going to sit a little bit lower. I mean, we're talking 5 millimeters, so it's going to sit. When on my head, it's going to sit a little closer to my ears, which means it's going to sit up a little higher, sit lower and higher at the same time. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I first got this one and I put it on, I took a walk outside. I'm literally talking like 5 minutes. Gust of wind hit it and flew the hat right off my head. And I was just like, no, that's not cool. I did not like that. I almost lost it. That's how, I was like, no. And that was pretty scary. So it's going to be a little bit lower, a little bit taller, and fit a little nicer. And for the ones that you guys are going to be able to buy, it's going to have a Velcro sizing back. So that's how I'm going to solve the sizing issue. Also, if you have a slightly taller or bigger head, it'll be able to for you guys. Also, T-shirts. I'm doing a full spread of sizes, so we're going to have small, medium, large, a couple extra large, some 3X, 4X. I don't think I'm going to need any 5X, but if I need any 5X, you're going to need to. There'll be a link down in the description for a straw poll that you're going to be able to click on for sizing, so that I know that you're out there. So then I might be able to call the guy who's making them and be like, hey, can you throw a couple of larger sizes in there? I've already got a few 4Xs on that list, so that's hopefully going to be able to do that. And I'm also getting women's cut. I've talked to a lot of my friends. They were all very adamant about what style they want, so I'm going to order a couple dozen women's cut shirts, which is going to be awesome. I hope you guys enjoy them. It's going to be pretty badass. And again, it's like I said, hats, shirts. I'm really excited about it. So I'm rambling a little bit about that. Otherwise, I've been doing a lot of streaming to Twitch. Not so much this last week, but I have been doing a lot of streaming to Twitch. My latest and greatest development in the car project is I had a Raspberry Pi 3B, and it has a problem with its network. The network aspect of the SoC, the system on chip, is malfunctioning. So it'll see it, it'll register it, but then when I go to use it, Wi-Fi takes a crap, it doesn't actually work. Physical port doesn't actually work. And that's really driving me nuts, because I'm like, okay, maybe it's my wire, maybe it's my switch, maybe it's something else. No, it's just that thing is all messed up. So I got a Raspberry Pi 4, which has its own complications in the fact that while it is really awesome in what it can do, it is also not compatible with the crankshaft software that I was going to be using on the Raspberry Pi 3 for the car stuff. So I get to basically either port crankshaft to Raspberry Pi 4, or I'm just going to build and take in all the other stuff and then build my own version for the Raspberry Pi 4, which I don't really want to do because I don't want to fork it and start a new project. I just want the damn thing to work, because this is not my end goal, is using OpenAuto. But it probably will end up going that way, because it's either that or just run Android on it, which I don't even know if that's possible right now. I'll have to look into that. But anyway, the reason for that is to be able to run, is able to run OpenAuto on this device, so that I can have. No, I set it aside. Anyway, I've got a screen. I have to craft out an entire thing, so it's going to sit into the dash, into the console of the car. So I have a screen. It's going to be touch screen. It's going to be running the Raspberry Pi 4, and then it's going to tap into my other system, and I'm going to have the other system is what's controlling the speakers. Is the best way I can describe it. I've got the amps, I've got the speakers, and then this thing is the multiplexer that's going to take the audio input from the phone, from whatever is the audio source, and then it's going to multiplex that out to hit all of the speakers in the car effectively, which will be, that's my goal. It's been a bit of a process, but I think it's going to be awesome in the long run. I've got a couple other things that I've been working on, or that I want to work on. I've got a buddy of mine here locally who has an old motherboard, an old ITX motherboard that is broken. And he says he thinks that it's a capacitor problem, and that if I can fix it, it's mine, and if I can't fix it, it's mine. So he's just going to give me that motherboard. And if I can get that fixed, I'm going to start poking back at building out the CyberDeck, which is a really cool computer, all-in-one kind of computer enclosure that I was building with a Kinesis keyboard and a couple other things, and I'm really stoked about getting back into that. It's a whole other layer of crazy that I was delving into in the last couple of years, and it's just a matter of making sure that I can get that working and getting it done. Otherwise, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, a lot of times on Twitch, so I would try to. I haven't been making as much YouTube content, but that's going to change. I know I keep saying that, but that is going to change. We have been talking to the guy who's been editing the videos. He's the Bearded Hermit, and he's pretty badass, and he's been very excited about taking things that I've already filmed a bunch of stuff for and being like, I need these pieces, and we can finish this. And that way, I can focus on making those pieces, and I don't have to worry about piecing that story together. He's already doing it, which is really, really awesome. So very much thank you to you, and all your hard and dedicated work, and I really appreciate it. Otherwise, keep an eye on dermalarmor.com. Like I said, in the next month or so, that's going to kick up, and if these shirts and hats sell well, they will be replenished, and we'll start expanding stock on the other shirts. Like, I know that the 00100 shirt is, I don't have any more mediums. Like, unfortunately, I don't have any more mediums, so that's gonna, that needs to be remedied, and I will also be expanding to new designs, new shirt designs, because there's some other things that I've got in the pipe that I'm like, this would be awesome, but I need to be able to sell these to replenish the stock and expand the line, which, you guys, please, you're awesome. I don't want to beg, but you know, that would be great if you guys could spread the word and kick some ass. That's really what it boils down to. Also, I think there's one other thing I want to talk about. Twitch. I'm doing a lot of stuff over there. It's very raw, and it's unfiltered, unedited. It's just basically me rambling for anywhere from 4 to 14 hours while I'm working on something, including the car project. And then down the road, I'm hoping to, as these projects progress to a point where I can actually sit back and go, okay, this is what I've done, and I can show a bunch of footage and clips and stuff about the progression of those projects, and then that as a mini documentary of the project, not so much a how-to, but just a documentary of the project, that will end up here on YouTube. And then the YouTube content is going to be more curated and more professional, if you will, and that's the goal to present it in a more produced fashion. I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching, sticking around this long, and keep kicking ass. And leave comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you hate it, make sure you hit that dislike button, but don't do it just to spite me. And if you're gonna leave a comment and you want to be insulting, make sure it's funny for everyone, not just you. Until then, my name is Qain, and I'm here to help you.